Hi everyone, today we are going to be shooting lizard skin products and also Raptor products on our aluminum panels. Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel about kit cars and other car topics. If you like what you see, please subscribe and hit the notification buttons below and share with others on social media. So oddly enough, as I was working on doing research of shooting lizard skin and also Raptor I found some pretty decent videos, but lizard skin I actually didn't find that great of videos. In fact, sometimes you would see a video where a guy's shooting under his car. Well, he's shooting black on black, so I can't see what's going on. And since they use proprietary guns, their own guns to shoot this stuff, I can't really see what the spray pattern is, things like that. So this is probably going to be a great video for you to watch so you can actually see how much splatter there is, what the size of the pattern is, etc., etc. Now, I'm doing multiple layers on panels, and I'm going to be finalizing with some Raptor undercoating. And so I'm going through the whole process, and let's just kick it in, and I'll talk more about it as I go through the process. So now that our panels are scuffed and ready to go to apply product, I need to clean them up, tape them off, and I've never actually shot lizard skin before, so I'm going to do 2 panels with some sound control, and then there's a bunch more. I'm going to do a ceramic. Now I'm not doing all the panels, I'm just doing a batch of panels at this time that need to be done to move further on with the build. But I only have 2 panels that I need to do sound in this batch, and then I have to wait an hour in between coats, do 2 coats of each, and then I have to wait about 30 hours before I could go on and put the ceramic coating on top. And so this is going to be a multi-day process. And today it's actually raining cats and dogs out, so since I'm just doing a little tiny batch, I kind of want to do it inside here, kind of have a very controlled environment, kind of see how it goes, and then you know, go from there. Hopefully I don't need to be outside, but we'll see. So. All right, so here we are. Our product is drying. You can see some of the different shades starting to happen as it dries. It went on pretty good, somewhat evenly. This one was kind of sitting in front of the fan, so it's kind of drying a little bit different. But this one's nice and even. And when I went to pick up the panel, it was really heavy compared to what it was before. So it's definitely slinging this stuff on there. And I'm not really worried about perfection with this, but you know, I do have to let it dry and do one other coat and then call it evening. However, you can't leave anything in the gun. The gun's going to dry up on you. So you have to actually put it in water and seal everything up and then come back around again. But these are the only two panels I'm doing with this. And overspray is not too bad. I'm keeping it as tight as possible. And, you know, it looks like I got a little on the garage floor there, but no big deal. But when I go to do the ceramic, I'm going to be doing so many panels that I'll take this setup and put it outside, and then I don't have to worry about anything. But I wanted to get these two panels started so I could spray ceramic whenever I can. And so far so good. So we'll just wait a little bit and then I'll come back and retouch these up and then go through a whole cleaning process with all this stuff, which so far isn't bad, but we'll see. I'm not a big fan of cleaning all this crap up to spray, 5 milliseconds of product. So. Well, there you go. I did it just enough time for that tape to pull cleanly off, which was great. And this is the part that goes under the gas tank. So once this dries, I'll do a kind of a test fit to see if I need to make this a little bit smaller or bigger when I go to put the final coat on. So there's nothing hanging out, but we will see. So far, so good. So it's another day, and the sound control lizard skin that I put on is cured. And so now I'm just kind of looking at what I did with the lines and stuff of the tape. It was kind of a test trial for me, and it's going to be the undercoating. And these are also panels that are kind of buried deeply into the car. So I was kind of like, well, let me just do this real quick, see what how it comes out. But I think it's now time for me to get a little more serious about it because some of my lines are a little bit wide and I need it tighter to the frame so it looks perfect when I do the final tinted Raptor on the bottom. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so you can see here that, my line is just a little bit thick, and so you're seeing just a little bit of aluminum pop out. And then here, it's actually perfect, but then a little bit white on that side. So not perfect, but man, this panel is totally dead at this point. And the same thing kind of happened here. This one's a lot better actually, but let's see if we could get under here and see it. You could see maybe against that back frame that there's a little bit gapping out, and actually right there you can see like there's a gap. So I need to close that, get a little bit more precise on what I'm doing. But that was a good test run. Got some sound control on there, and now we're gonna do, I was gonna do the whole trunk with ceramic, and I'm gonna wait on that because I noticed that it's not fit to the body yet. I don't know anything about the trunk hinge and where that mounts and things like that. And maybe I was going to do ceramic on the inside instead of on the outside. And so I'm maybe second guessing that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not there yet. So I'm going to wait on that. I'm just going to do these two panels. And so this one is going to get a coat of ceramic. This one's going to get a coat of ceramic. And then this one's going to get a coat of tinted Raptor as the final. So this one has to be perfect. This one could be whatever. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to throw some ceramic on this. All right, so here's what the lizard skin gun looks like apart. And I will say, no matter how well you clean this thing, you do need to take it apart, because the needle and the inside, you can even see there's still a little left, and that's after a thorough cleaning. It's just really difficult to get all of it out of there. And I will say that the sound was more of a latex based, which cleaned up really easy. In fact, after I was done, my spatula looked like brand new. It was fine, but the ceramic, I can't get this spatula clean. Like, that's as good as it gets. So in fact, this gun looked immaculate after spraying the sound stuff, and I cleaned it all up. And now doing the ceramic, it doesn't look that great. The other thing I'll say is the sound control is super heavy stuff. In fact, it's about twice, if not 2.5 times heavier than the ceramic. So it sprayed pretty much the same, but the sound control, it poured easier and you used less per spraying. When you use the ceramic, it seems like I went through it a lot quicker in the gun. Now that could be just me, but I don't think so. So I don't know. And then when I was taking the tape off of the ceramic, it was kind of crusty. You know, it definitely has like a crusty, crumbly. In fact, you could see little crumbles that fell off. That's all the ceramic. The latex sound control peeled off and stayed on the tape. Everything was perfect. So this makes me doubt a little bit whether I want to actually spray an undercoating, a tinted undercoating on top of this type of stuff. I have to on this one, but I might rethink how I'm spraying stuff on the rest of the car. I might put the ceramic on the inside of the panel and then only the Raptor on the outside of the panel. So, and you can see I tightened the lines, but there's definitely a divot there because we're talking a 40 mil difference between the two sprays. So, but you know, it's so far into the car. Once the Upol goes on there, it'll be fine. Well, that's it for tonight. We're going to let this cure for a few days and come back and hopefully do a test spray on this panel with the tinted coating. Okay, so it's another day. I'm ready to shoot the Raptor bed liner, but I need to tint it. It comes with a hardener. So as you can see, it's just a mess over here. And so is the ground from all the lizard skin and stuff going on. I just got boxes and buckets and stuff everywhere. And so it's getting almost a little claustrophobic, accidentally trip on something. But after I shoot this last thing, I'll be able to clean everything up and get back to normal. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a scale actually to mix a small batch just to shoot one panel, test the product out, see how it's going. And so you do that by actually weighing grams. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So when I went to measure everything, I think I'm about 10% off because my scale, which is nice and digital and ready to work, I think flaked out. Like I kept pouring product in and the numbers weren't rising like they should be. And so sure enough, I rebooted the thing and I was overweight. So I probably have 10% more hardener and possibly 20 or 30% more paint, which is, you know, a small amount anyways, but enough that it costs a lot of money. So right now we're letting it sit for a few minutes because it has to kind of do its thing for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna test shoot it and see what happens. All right, so here's the final look of the Raptor skin. Of course, it's colored Protronic blue to match the car. And, you know, I said a comment earlier where I said because of the ceramic and that it was crumbly, I'm not sure that, you know, it would be good to put anything on this. But I noticed that the nuances when I was pulling the tape off of the ceramic would crumble. But once the product was dry, it seemed solid. And once I put this on, it's like putting a rubber coating, if you will, over the whole thing and sealing it up. So it's rock solid, ignore my other statement. And this just looks amazing. So I can't wait to get it in the car. It's feeling great. It's really solid. It's I don't want to say hard as a rock, but it is. Like it's solid. It's not like if I scuff my hand up against it, it would hurt. So really tough stuff. So I can't wait to install this stuff. Appreciate you watching. Hope this helps you. Have a great day.